Central Bank of Nigeria has raised the monetary policy rate, which measures interest rates, to 15.5%. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories. At number 1, the Central Bank of Nigeria has raised the monetary policy rate, which measures interest rates, to 15.5% from 14% to tame rising inflation. CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele made this known on Tuesday after a monetary policy committee meeting in Abuja. Explaining the reason behind the decision, the Apex Bank's governor said members deliberated the impact of the widening margin between the current policy rate of 14% and the inflation rate of 20.52%. At number 2, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has debunked a report that a federal high court sitting in Abuja has struck out a suit of money laundering filed against a former National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, Olisa Metu. Reacting, the EFCC, in a statement by its head media and publicity, Wilson Wujaren, issued on Tuesday, said the report was a gross misrepresentation of the status of the case. The anti-graft agency said Metu's case was before the Supreme Court and not the Federal High Court. At number 3, the National Industrial Court sitting in Abuja on Tuesday struck out a suit the National Association of Nigerian Students filed to compel the Academic Staff Union of Universities and the federal government to call off the ongoing action. Justice Polycarp Haman terminated further proceedings in the matter after it was withdrawn by factional president of NANS, Umar Farouk Lawal. Aside from ASU, which was cited as the first respondent, the Minister of Education and the Attorney General of the Federation were listed as second and third respondents, respectively. At number 4, the Managing Director of the Water Board in Cross River, Victor Ekpo, on Tuesday explained the cause of irregular water supply across the state, saying it is due to the high cost of diesel and vandalized pipes. Ekpo, who spoke to journalists in Calabar, said efforts were ongoing to restore water supply in some part of the state. He further said the state governor Ben Ayade promised to support the board with diesel and that parts of Calabar South and Calabar municipality would enjoy uninterrupted water supply starting next week. At number 5, an Ikeja High Court on Tuesday sentenced a deposed Baale of Shangisha in Magodo area of Lagos, Mutiu Ogundare, to 15 years imprisonment for faking his own kidnap. Justice Hakeem Oshodi sentenced Ogundare following his conviction on a 2-count bordering on breach of peace and fake kidnapping. The ex-Baale's brother, Okweyemi Mohammed, was also handed the same prison term. According to the prosecution, the defendants committed the offense on July 5, 2017. Due to the incident, Ogundare was removed as the Baale of Shangisha by former Governor Akinwumi Ambode of Lagos in July 2017. At number 6, Chairman Chief Executive of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Buba Mawar, led stakeholders to witness the crushing and setting ablaze 1.8 tons of cocaine recovered by the agency from a warehouse in the Ikorodu area of Lagos last week. This was disclosed in a statement issued on Tuesday by Femi Babafemi, Director, Media and Publicity. The operation was tagged as the agency's biggest seizure. Mawar, who was represented by the agency's Director, Prosecution and Legal Services, Deputy Commander General of Narcotics, Sunday Joseph, said the sheer volume of the drug haul, with street value put at $278,250,000, equivalent to 194,775 million naira, speaks volume about the extent of the nefarious activities of the drug underworld. At number 7, a bill to whittle down the Central Bank of Nigeria's governor's powers, sponsored by Senator Sadiq Suleiman Umar, representing Kwara North Senatorial District, has sealed second reading in the Senate on Tuesday in Abuja. The lawyer sought an amendment of the Central Bank of Nigeria Act Number 7 for the governor's power to be divested of appointment of anyone into the services of the Apex Bank. In the lead debate, the lawmaker proposed that the new chairman of the board of the central bank will have powers to determine the salaries and allowances of members, as the governor focuses strictly on administrative duties. Suleiman, who said this is in line with global standard, argued that the board would be responsible for the annual budget of the bankers' bank. At number 8, the Kogi State Ministry of Health has described as misleading and confusing a report of an outbreak of measles in the state. The viral report stated that over 50 cases of measles were recorded in the state. In a statement by the ministry, the Health Commissioner, Dr. Zakari Usman, described the report as misinformation and erroneous report. Zakari advised residents and citizens of Kogi State to disregard the report. At number 9, a United States District Court has sentenced Abidemi Rufai, a suspended aide of Governor Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State, to 5 years imprisonment for fraud. The District Court in Western Tacoma in Washington jailed Mr. Rufai for wire fraud and aggravated identity theft. Rufai, who pleaded guilty to the charges in May, was said to have succeeded in defrauding 12 U.S. agencies of $600,000 paid into bank accounts controlled by him. Based on his plea agreement with the prosecution, Rufai agreed to pay full restitution of $604,260 to the defrauded agencies. Finally, at number 10, according to reports, the Indian police on Tuesday are searching for a teacher accused of beating a low-caste student to death over a spelling mistake after suppressing violent protests triggered by the incident. The student, Nikhil Dare, was struck with a rod and kicked until he fell unconscious by his high school teacher earlier this month after misspelling the word social in an exams, according to a police complaint by his father. The 15-year-old died from his injuries on Monday at a hospital in northern Uttar Pradesh state, and the accused has fled the area. Protesters demanded the teacher's arrest before the cremation of the boy's body. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.